Supercell has made over $20 billion from their free mobile games, starting with the early success of Heyday and Clash of Clans to the recent rise in Brawl Stars. We'll find out how Supercell has created and adapted their monetization strategies over time, from in-game currencies being their only revenue source to adding cosmetics, season passes, special offers, and more. First, let's look at who Supercell is targeting with their monetization strategies. To these companies, there are three types of mobile gamers: minnows, dolphins, and whales. Minnows spend the least amount of money overall, usually making very small and infrequent purchases. Dolphins are regular purchasers. This means that they probably buy the monthly pass every single month, but don't spend much more money than that. And finally, there are the whales, who take about 1 to 2% of all players, but end up generating around 50 to 70% of all income that mobile games will bring in. Now, if you think these whales are just spending thousands of dollars at a time, like these gemming to max YouTubers, you would be wrong. Most whales will not spend over $50 in a single purchase, but instead are consistently spending money on the game. In Clash of Clans terms, we can see how they set up their game perfectly for these types of players. First of the month, there's the gold pass for $7, then periodically they will release a new $10 skin. In the middle of the month, they will come out with a special event which gives players special currency they can purchase and a pass for $5. Spraying out the opportunity to spend money works because whales are conscious about how much money they're spending at one time. Now that we understand who spends money on mobile games, let us look at why they spend money on them. This figure shows the 4 main reasons that a player will spend money on a mobile game. The top half showing the practitioner's perspective and the bottom half showing the consumers. The first being the desire for agency. This is the desire for advancement in the game. This could be purchasing items that make you more powerful, or a progression in the game that unlocks new features. This is why new town halls always bring new troops, and Clash Royale is constantly creating new Evo cards. The second reason is the desire for ownership. Given that mobile games today can be seen as seemingly never-ending services, for the players this presents a curious opportunity to create a long-term commitment with the game. Stability through longevity. You feel like you own your Clash of Clans account because it has been with you for so long. If you have been playing on an account for 10 years, you will 100% feel that ownership. The third reason being the desire for engagement. Mobile games can, but not always, give rise to immersive gameplay that in turn create a desire for engagement among players. However, especially in casual, free-to-play mobile games, engagement is often monetized by breaking the immersion. The gameplay loop in Clash of Clans is immersive because you are attacking other real-world players to gain resources. This immersion gets broken when players spend money on gems to acquire more resources or to instantly upgrade buildings. The last reason that players spend money on mobile games is the desire to create. Players not only want to interact with the game world and exist there, but they also want to explore it on their own terms. Supercell lets players fill this desire in Heyday by giving them a multitude of ways to customize their farm. And in Clash of Clans, this would be customizing your own army or base, and even purchasing decorations. Now that we understand how Supercell targets a player's 4 main desires, let's dive into each of their monetization tactics, starting off with in-game currencies. Purchasing gems used to be the only way to spend money in Clash of Clans. They made billions of dollars off of this simple concept. The main reason players would purchase these gems was to acquire all the builders in the game. Having 5 builders instead of 3 to 4 made a huge difference in your overall progression. Now you could theoretically save up all your gems, never spend them, and get all the builders for free, but in 2013 and 14, most players didn't even know you could do that, and by the time they realized it, they already spent too many gems on random things. There's always a new building to upgrade and new gameplay features to be unlocked. With this desire for agency, we see players engage with the game more so they can unlock these new features. Clash of Clans then limits the amount of engagement a player can make by adding upgrade times on buildings and production times on armies. This then pairs 2 desires and makes players much more likely to spend money, whether it is upgrading a town hall faster so you can unlock the new features, or speeding up your army so you can attack more. Clash of Clans would make over $1.3 billion in 2015, but would see a steep decline ever since then. Just 1 year after making $1.3 billion, in 2016, Clash of Clans only brought in $800 million. Now this still sounds like a lot of money, but it's an insane decline. Personally, I think a large part of this decline in 2016 was due to the release of Clash Royale. Now Clash Royale is not the same type of game, but I think many players like me stopped playing Clash of Clans and started playing Clash Royale, and with the release of Clash Royale, we saw a completely different progression system. Instead of progression being linear like Clash of Clans, we saw the implementation of randomness in the form of chests. In Clash Royale, there are over 100 cards, but you can only use 8 of them at a time. And on release, there being no way to directly purchase a large amount of these individual cards, you would have to open chests and pray that you get the ones that you want. This meant that there was no telling how much money you would need to spend to get exactly what you wanted. The craziest example of this is how hard it used to be to get legendary cards. If you wanted to get one maxed out legendary card on release, it would cost you a minimum of $22,000 $50. And in reality, it would cost you way more than that because that's if you only got the card you wanted from every chest and not the other legendaries. This new randomness of chests clearly worked as Clash Royale brought in over $640 million in its first year. In Clash Royale's second year, they would bring in more revenue than Clash of Clans. This would not last long though, as Clash Royale's progression brings no variation to the gameplay. Basically, it doesn't matter if the max card levels are at level 10 or level 15, the cards play exactly the same. Whereas in Clash of Clans, every new town hall brings variety and new gameplay features. Clash Royale's solution to this problem was Evo cards. Evo cards take existing cards and give them new abilities. They of course are very hard to gain for free-to-play players, and are in every paid monthly pass. It looks like Evo cards will be helping Clash Royale earn more this year than they did in 2023, but at the cost of ruining their game, I doubt it is worth it. In 2017, Clash of Clans realized they needed to make some changes. Many players are either spending money on Clash Royale and not Clash of Clans, and even though the player base was increasing, the amount of people buying gems was going down. Clash of Clans' solution to this problem was releasing magic items. Magic items would give much better conversion rates than gems. For example, a book of heroes costs 500 gems and can finish a hero upgrade instantly. Without a book of heroes, instantly finishing a hero upgrade of 8 days would cost 1100 gems. These magic items would also be available to purchase directly with money through shop offers. Clash of Clans revenue in 2017 and 2018 was still declining even with these changes. By 2019, Fortnite had influenced almost all games to create a battle pass-like system. Supercell would end up releasing their own monthly pass on February 2nd, 2019. After 3 years of falling revenue, Clash of Clans would finally have an increase in revenue from 2018 to 2019. But why do these monthly passes work, and how does Supercell get players to buy the pass every single month? These monthly passes work because they provide the best value in the game. If you wanted to buy all of the items in the pass individually, it would cost you hundreds of dollars. This immense value helps these games get you into their loyalty loop. A loyalty loop describes the consumer's feeling before and after making a purchase of a product/service. First, you see the gold pass and consider buying it. You then compare it to all the other offers and realize it gives immense value in comparison. You then decide, based on its value, you will purchase the monthly pass. But the transaction is not done yet. Financially, you are done, but to actually receive these rewards, you must play the game enough to earn them all. After the month is over and you played the game enough to receive all of the rewards, the next pass will be out and you'll consider buying it. Supercell makes it so you cannot complete the pass until the month is almost over. This is not an accident, as it gets you to log in almost every day to get the daily points if you want to complete it as fast as possible. Once the pass ends and another one is available to purchase, you already understand its value, and it makes the purchase the second time much easier than the first. In layman's terms, someone who purchased last month's pass is much more likely to purchase the current one. For players who have not yet purchased the pass, you would have seen the first time discount offers for the pass. Do not fall for this trap, as its sole goal is to get you into the loyalty loop. Recently, Supercell actually broke the loyalty loop by taking a hero skin out of the pass. They quickly realized that this broken trust caused a large number of players to not purchase the pass and reinstated the skin back into the pass. The monthly pass not only directly increases revenue by the initial purchase, but keeping players actively playing their games indirectly results in these whales spending much more money. Supercell understands these mobile gamers' spending habits better than any other gaming company. And we can see this with the new hero equipments. When implementing ores, they created the system so that you will never have enough purple or starry ore as a free-to-play player. They then add another paid pass that fills the gap of this missing purple and starry ore. They essentially created an artificial shortage of a resource and are selling it to you for real-world money. How generous of them. Thanks for helping me give you money. The timing of this pass is not random either. You will never see the event pass at the same week as the gold pass comes out. Supercell wants you to forget that you even purchased the gold pass. That way it feels like you're only spending $5 in Clash of Clans when really you already bought a $7 monthly pass earlier. It seems like these event passes were a way for Supercell to try and subsidize the amount of money they would be losing by making heroes usable while being upgraded. I hope this is the case, but if the revenue continues to drop, I don't see that happening. The latest monetization strategy that Clash of Clans has been pushing is their website. The website offers better deals than you will find in-game. Along with these better offers, you will receive your 7th gold pass for free and also earn rewards for spending money on their website. Supercell gives you these incentives to purchase items from their website, because spending money on their website saves them from the 30% fee that Apple takes from all in-app purchases. Even with all of these monetization strategies being added to Clash of Clans, why is their revenue falling while Brawl Stars is skyrocketing? Brawl Stars has been bringing in much more money than any other Supercell game recently. With this game looking like it wouldn't be a big success on release, what has happened recently? Well, the main reason is that the game is run much better than any other Supercell game. You can have all the monetization tactics you want, but if your game isn't enjoyable to play and progress in, then no one will be spending money. Long-term success comes from people who genuinely want to play your game. You have to get people to genuinely value new content and to commit to the game. Timing needs to be right, the product needs to be right, and the users need to be right. Brawl Stars not only has a very fun gameplay loop, but progression in their game is also enjoyable. This is because you are always unlocking new characters and abilities. Brawl Stars not only has the most depth out of any Supercell game, but they also have the most engaging loot box system. This loot box system takes psychology principles found in many slot machines. When you open a star drop, you must click on it multiple times. Every time you click on it, it will either stay the same or get upgraded. Once it is opened, the star will explode, with the rarest version being the most visually stimulating. This is of course not random, and this article explains why Supercell and slot machines do this. Psychologists have found that buttons, even on the simplest items, help people to feel in control, especially when the pushing of them triggers a pre-programmed, visually appealing outcome. The buttons in this case are you upgrading the star, and the visually appealing outcome being the star exploding. The randomness of these drops is what excites you to open another one. Compare this to the chest from Clash Royale, or even the loot from the gold pass in Clash of Clans. There's almost no excitement from opening these chests and collecting the loot from the pass. While in Brawl Stars, it is always exciting to open these star drops. Supercell realized this and decided to add the system to Clash Royale with the mystery drops, and as recently as this last week, they added a treasure chest into Clash of Clans. Another thing that Brawl Stars does right is the implementation of cosmetics. Just look at these new Brawl Stars skins compared to the Clash of Clans ones. We got Patrick Star the GOAT, and then we got some generic hero skins that no one cares about. But why do people even buy skins in Supercell games, and why do they work so well? The main reason that Supercell makes so much money off of these cosmetics is because of the longevity of their games. Like I said earlier, you feel like you own your Clash of Clans account because you have had it for so long. Whether it is a scenery in Clash of Clans or a SpongeBob skin in Brawl Stars, purchasing these cosmetics feels good because you know you will always own them. I mean, look at the new $33 scenery in Clash of Clans. This price is absolutely outrageous, but they know these whales will 100% be purchasing it. Thank you for watching till the end, and consider subscribing for more in-depth video essays and the only channel that watches the worst and funniest Clash of Clans attacks.